So in Python we have text type. What we call the text type, guys? Any idea about this? Any idea about this? What we call? Okay. So this text type is known as str. That means string, right? Character value, text value is known as string type. Then we have numerical type. Numerical type, right? So what's numerical type? Any idea? What can be in the numerical type? Right? Int. That means integer value. And more. Float, right? One more. There's one more data type. Tell me that. Not Boolean, complex. Right? So these are the three data types of numerical type we have. And then we have sequence type, right? Sequence type, right? In sequence type, we have list, tuple, and range, right? We'll see everything, each and everything. Then we have mapping type. In mapping type, we have dict, that means dictionary, right? Then we have set types. In set type, we have set and frozen set. Then we have Boolean type. In Boolean type, we have bool. Then we have binary types. In binary type, we have bytes, right? Byte array or memory view, right? Then we have none type. None type, we have none type, right? So these are the data types that we have in Python, right? So now we'll be starting with string. How we can store a string value inside a variable, right? And all these things we are going to see now, right? So how can I? So remember one thing, one point to be remember always, right? One point to remember when you are storing a string value, right? It should be always written within the quotes, right? Whether it is a single quotes or the double quotes, right? But it should be written inside the within the quotes, right? Now we'll see. Let's say I've taken a variable var, right? And I'm storing a value. Mm, let's say I'm writing apple, right? Understood how I stored this apple? Just give me a second. Let me allow you to unmute so that in some of the session I'm only allowing you to unmute, guys. Now you can unmute and answer it, right? Clear with this? Understood what I have done in this? How I have assigned this value? Guys, now you can answer it by unmuting yourself. You can unmute yourself, guys, and answer it, right? At least say yes, no, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, right? So I have assigned a value. So how we can check the type of a variable, right? For that we have a function, we call it as type function. Type, right? This is my type function that is used to check the values, sorry, the data type of a variable, right? So it asks for a parameter, and the parameter would be, any idea? The parameter would be, at least you have no idea, at least say no, guys.
No, sir.
So it will ask a parameter, and the parameter would be the variable in which we are storing the value, right? Now when I execute this code, right, it is returning the type as string. Understood this point? How I'm getting this one?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt if you
Yes,
have,
sir.
guys, you can unmute yourself and ask your doubt, right?
Okay, sir.
Now let's move ahead. Now I'm creating another variable as num, right? And inside that, okay, that's what I'm saying, guys. If you have any doubt, you can ask, like if you want me to repeat something or any guess. So Pooja, can you please tell me what you didn't get over here?
Sir, after the type, can you please repeat it? Because, I think so
Okay,
there was
okay,
some my mic issue.
okay, okay. So let's do one thing. I'll change the variable type. Sorry, variable
Oh,
name. Let's say fruit, right? The variable is confusing, right? So fruit. So the type function asks for a parameter, and the parameter would be the variable which is storing our value, or the variable whose data type we want to check. So as I want to check the type of fruit variable, so I've passed over here fruit variable, right? Understood this time?
yes,
Okay. Now let's move ahead. Now I'm creating a variable num. Inside that I'll be storing a this value and checking the type of this type of num. So what would be the output, guys? Right,
Integer.
Kalpesh?
INT.
R- Right, right. It would be integer, right? Now I'm creating another variable. Inside that, I'll store the value this and
Float.
checking the right, right. So guys, for the answers, you can bring in the chat box, right? I have allowed you to unmute yourself only if you have any doubt, so that you can unmute and then ask. Right. Now
Sir, what
another,
is sir, what is
yes.
string and instant and float? I didn't understand that one.
Okay, so what's your name? Zubair. Okay. So Zubair,
Yes,
as you can see over here, string is a text type. So in Python, right? I guess you are from a non-tech background, right?
yes.
Okay. So let me explain you. So if we are writing characters value in Python, right? Characters
Mhm.
value or text type, right? Text value if we are writing. So in Python, we call it as string value,
Mm.
right? Understood what is string?
String is like a text value.
Okay, let me explain. Yeah, right. String is a like let's say if you are writing a sentence in your notebook, right?
Yes,
So what you will call it? It is a text, right?
yes.
If you are sending a message, it will be a
Mhm.
text, right?
Mhm.
That text, that text in Python is known as string type,
Okay.
right?
So
The
whatever they like
string or the
ABCD and all the
right,
alphabet.
any sentence,
Yes. Okay, okay.
any alphabet, right? No, not
Yes.
any alphabet. If I
Mhm.
write a number inside the quotes,
Hmm.
right? It would be a string.
Why?
Why? Because any value written inside within the quotes will be considered as a string value. That's why.
Okay.
Any doubt in string? First tell me that thing.
So quote denotes the string value.
Right, quote denotes that this is a string value.
Okay.
Whatever you will write within the quotes, it will be considered as a string value. Understood with this string?
Yes, yes. Okay, okay.
I hope there is no doubt in this. Then I'll move ahead
Yes.
with the integer one. Okay.
So
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 now
that's
we
why
comes
like
over the integer type.
yes.
Yes.
So
Tell
that's
me.
why this 122 that value is not having the quotes, so that's why it's considered as a now instant value, right now?
Not instant is its integer value.
Integer, okay. Integer
Right.
value.
So in denotes integer, right? So
Hmm.
basically a numeric value. In numeric, we have three types. As you can see over here,
Hmm.
integer we have, float
Hmm.
we have, and complex
Hmm.
we have. So I hope everyone in your school time have gone through the complex value, right? Have you know the complex value, Zubair?
Hmm.
Do you know what is the complex value?
No.
No. Okay, let me tell you. Let me show you the string value as well, then I'll explain,
Okay,
right?
okay.
The three types. It is a complex type, right? How? So a number, a whole number will be considered as an integer value. Understood this one?
Yes, yes.
Okay. A decimal type will be known as in Python as a float type. Understood this one? Tell me, Zubair.
Yes, 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 sir.
Okay. And here, this is a complex type. In mathematics, we used to denote it with the I, like a number with an imaginary thing, right? We used to denote it like 5i, 5j, sorry, 5i. The number will be a with the I will be known as a complex number. But in Python, we used to denote it with the J, right? So a number with an alphabet is known as, not with an alphabet, with an J is known as a complex number, right?
So
Clear with this?
it will contain
Yes.
alphabet J and other remaining like remaining 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, right. Clear with this as well?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now let's proceed further. So, right, we have seen these two, right? These we'll see later on, right? Because we need to perform the things over this. So, as in the last session, we have seen how we can like add, subtract, divide, and multiplication of two numbers, right? Is there any doubt in that thing? No doubt, right? So what we have next? Okay, so same thing we can do with the string values as well. So does anyone wants to share their screen and I'll tell you how we can do that thing. Okay, let me show you in my screen first, then you can. Right. I'm creating a variable as fruit, and in fruit I'm storing apple. Right. I'm creating fruit one, and in this I'm storing banana. Then as I want to add both of this, so I will write print fruit one, fruit plus fruit one. Right. Understood? Understood this one? Yes or no? Right. So now tell me what will happen if I change the order of this. If I write fruit one here and fruit over here, what will happen?
Banana apple.
Right. It will be changed into banana apple, right? The sequence will be changed, right? Clear with this? How we can do this? Is there any doubt in this? You can tell me. Right. There's another function we have, right? That function we call it as to check the length of a variable, right? So how I denote it? Length function is will be denoted with the length, right? And after that, as let's suppose I'm giving it fruit one, right? I'm giving it fruit one. So what's the length of fruit one? Can anyone please tell me? As I only got response from 2 people, as I want response from the everyone. Guys, there is no issue if you give the wrong answer, right? The thing matters is
See,
only if for the answers, please ping in the chat box, right? The only thing matters you are answering, whether it is wrong, right, that doesn't matter, right? So the length is 6. Understood how we can check the length of something, length of a variable? Now, um, there is a things comes in Python. If you are changing, right, a type of a variable from one type to another, right? Or if you are changing type of something, that thing is known as in Python typecasting, right? That thing is known as typecasting. How? So let's say I'm taking a
excuse me sir.
yes, yes.
सर मेरे को ये लेंथ वाला समझ नहीं आया फ्रूट वन इज इक्वल टू 6 ये कहाँ से
Okay, let me explain you. So length function is basically counts the numbers inside, not the numbers, I would say, counts the alphabets or like the length of something, right? So as you can see, there are 6 characters
Okay.
inside this.
Okay. I got it.
Now it's
Yeah.
okay, good.
ANF is 6 member.
Right,
Okay.
right. Okay, after this, then right, we were discussing about typecasting. So changing a data type from one to another is known as typecasting, right? Let me write it over here. Right, guys. Tell me one more thing. Just only raise your hand. So raise your hands if you are from a non-tech background. So I want to see how many people we have from the non-tech background. Can you please raise your hand, guys? Not in the chat box, please. Please raise your hand only. Okay, 10, 11. So people are raising their hands slowly. So is there only 10 people who are from a non-tech background? Is there anyone else? Okay, now it's 12. So why you are not raising your hand, guys? Please raise your hand if you are from a non-tech background. Okay, so that means here we only have 12 people from the non-tech background, right? Now you can drop your hand, guys. Thank you. Okay, it's 14 now. Guys, there is no shame in this. If you are non-tech background, now you can drop your hands, guys. Right. So this thing converting a data type from one to another is known as typecasting. And I'll show you how we can typecast a variable. Which kind of data it is? What is the type of this variable? Prashant, it's not num. It's a number type, you are right, but it's a float type, right? It's a float type. As you can see, it is containing decimal values, right? Now we are going to convert it from one type to another, right? How we can do that? So let's say I want to convert it into the integer. So I'll write uh, int a, right? As you can see, the output has been converted into 1. Understood how I did this thing? If you have any doubt in this, you can ask.
Sir, again ये एक कैसे आया यहाँ पे? I couldn't get it.
Okay, okay, I'll tell you. So basically, this int function is converting this a into a integer number. Basically, a was in float value, but as we have specified int over here, so it is converting that a into a integer value. Remember that thing in school time we used to do if value is something like if value if we are doing the round off of a number, so if the value is greater than 1.5, so it will be considered as 2, right? And if the value is less than 1.5, so it will be considered as 1. Remember that thing?
Yes.
Okay, right. It's like rounding off a number, right? I'll show you one more thing. This time I'm converting a float number to an integer number, right? This time I'll convert, this is a 1, right? And I'll convert it into a float type. As you can see, it is showing 1.0. Now, if I check the type of B, what it will give me? Sorry, it is checking the float type of this. If I want to change the type of this, so it will, I need to store it in a new variable, right? How? Let's say I need to do it like this, in this way. C is equals to float of B, print C, and type of C, right? Is there any doubt in this code? You can ask if you have. Guys, if
Sir,
you won't ask, you won't
can
get
you
anything.
repeat one more time?
So tell me which specific part you didn't get.
Print C and type C, sir.
Where? Okay, from the second line, right?
हेलो सर
Right.
Yes.
सर बोल रहा हूँ कि बी तो इंटीजर था ना तो फिर फ्लोट कैसे हो गया
For float, it would be converted into float because we are converting it. We are typecasting it. We are converting B, which was an integer value. We are converting it into float type, and that float type value we are storing in C, and then we are printing C, and then we are checking the type of C. So type of C would be float. Understood now?
यस सर
If you have doubt, you can still ask. Go ahead if anyone is having any doubt.
तो सर फ्लोट अगर अपने को वैल्यू चेंज करना है किसी का, मतलब चाहिए चेंज करना है, तो फ्लोट लिख के जो भी हमने पहले वैल्यू में सेव किया वाला है, देन उसका वो फ्लोट में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा, राइट है ना?
Right,
मतलब
right.
इस
So,
यस
so as you
अगर
can
हमको
see, yes, go ahead.
यस अगर हमको इंटीजर वैल्यू चाहिए, देन इंटीजर वैल्यू में चाहिए तो जो भी वैल्यू हमने सेव किया इंटीजर लिखे ए करे तो वो इंटीजर वैल्यू में आ जाएगा.
Right. So one more
Okay.
thing over here. If the value is already in integer type, then you won't convert it into integer type, right? So how this thing works, where this typecasting works. So when you are like doing some important calculations, right? You are making some map or something you are creating, and where the round of number it is required, or where it only requires the integer type, right? At that point, we used to convert these as per our as according to our need. We used to convert it into float, integer, right? As we can only convert integer value into float, right? Integer value into that complex one, right? Integer value into into string one, right? But we can't convert a string value if it is not a number. Then we can't convert it into a int type, right? How I'm saying this? Let's say I'm taking a variable d, right? And inside this, I'm storing, let's say, I'm storing Uttam, right? So int, right? Int d. Let's see whether it works or not, right? It is throwing an error, right? What error it is throwing? Invalid literal for int, right? With base 10. So that means we can't convert a value like this into integer type. Let's see whether it will convert one into integer or not. It is converting because we can't convert a value that is a character. We can't convert character into number, right? But we can convert a string integer value, right? Whether it is a number, right? Into a int type. Understood these points, guys?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So why we type a print C and type print C? मतलब
Okay.
print C and type C.
Okay. So this line I'm printing to show the value of C on the output screen, right? As we are getting the value of C. Understood
Yeah.
this?
Huh.
Then type C is returning me the type of C, which is float,
Which type of C? Okay.
right? Understood now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move ahead then. Is there any doubt left in this? Okay, now do one thing as I'm a task I'm giving you, right? You need to try this task after the session. What do you need to try in this? Try to convert uh, data from one type to another, right? This is the task that you all need to perform. Try to convert a string value into float and all this, right? Float, integer, string, try to convert in all of these, right? Is there any doubt in this? Okay. As we have seen how we can perform calculations, right? Because we are going to start with the list, guys. If you have any doubt, so you can ask with this. Otherwise, you won't get list, right? That's a thumb high level thing. So you will get confused in that if you have doubt in these basic things. Is there any doubt in these? As I'm asking from everyone.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Then we are starting with the list now. So what is a list? Any idea, guys? What is a list? If you have idea, say yes, and then you can unmute yourself and tell me the answer. No idea. Okay. So let me tell you what is a list. Right? This is a list. We are to create a list.
हेलो
Yes,
सर आप ये कोलैब पे कर रहे हैं तो आपको देखो कॉपी टेक्स्ट का ऑप्शन आ रहा है राइट
right.
सर ये जुपिटर नोटबुक पे ऑप्शन क्यों नहीं आ रहा सर
Jupyter पे भी होता है. You can share me your screen at the end, and I'll tell you how you can do that. Right
ओके ओके सर
now, after list. So what is list? So list is store. Sorry, list is used. Right? Understood what is a list? It is you list is a use to store multiple items in a single variable. Right? How you can what example I can give you so that you can relate? Okay, imagine a container with the separate portions, right? So in that portion, in each and every portion, you can store different types of, let's say, fruits, if you can suppose. So we can store different fruits in that, right? So this is how you can relate it. So that only that a single container is storing different data, right? Now, one more thing over here in this. It is it is ordered. I hope everyone got the meaning of ordered. Ordered means in a sequence, right? It is changeable. Changeable means we can change the value of this. It allows duplicate values, right? Any doubt in these 4 points? Any doubt in these 4 points, guys?
No, sir.
No.
नो
Okay. Now let's see. Okay. So we are going to create a variable as we need a container to store the data, right? As I'm creating a, let's say I'm creating a container name or a variable name as fruit, right? And I'm assigning the value. This equals to means I am going to assign the value to this fruit variable, right? Then, sorry, one more thing, forgot to write it over here. List is denoted by these brackets, the square brackets, right? So this is my list, but for now, this is an empty list because there is no data inside this. So now I'm going to store the data inside this. So apple, right? Banana, right? One more thing over here. So a list can store any kind of data, right? Any type of data it can store. So let's give an integer value, right? Let's give a float value as well, right? Let's try to give a in this, what's this? A complex value as well. Now let's try to print fruit and then type of fruit. What would be the type of fruit? Answer in the chat box.
There are multiple types in that container.
So what do you call that container?
List.
Right. It will be known as list, right? Right. This print statement is printing the fruit, right? Each and every value will be separated by a comma, right? And this type fruit is printing the type of my fruit. Understood this one?
Yes.
Okay. Now, next thing comes, let me think once. Okay. So, what would be the length of fruit? Let me write it in the next line. What would be the length of fruit?
Five.
Who said 5? Tell me who said 5.
Sir, ma'am.
Okay, right answer, Pooja. Why 5? As of now, people are giving the answers 25 and like a numbers you are giving. So, length function over here, it will consider this whole as one, right? This is one item. This is item 2. This is item 3. This is item 4 we have. And this is my item 5. Understood how it is printing this?
Yes.
Is there any doubt in this? You can ask. Okay.
So बट
Yes.
हमने कहीं इंडिकेट तो किया नहीं है कि फ्रूट फर्स्ट है सेकंड है थर्ड है फोर्थ
What? I didn't get your question.
जैसे फ्रूट फर्स्ट 5 है नंबर तो हमने तो यहाँ पे
क्यों?
कोई इंडिकेट किया नहीं है कि फ्रूट फर्स्ट का ही बताना है ऐसा कुछ
Anamika. Okay.
Hmm.
So how Python works basically? So it goes line by line. Just so what I was saying. So it basically goes line by line, right? So it will first, if we are, so our interpreter first check this line, then it will check this line, then it will check this line, right? So it goes line by line. So if I got error in this line, so it won't go on these lines, right? My output will throw, sorry, it will throw an error over here. If it throws an error over here, so it won't go above. So as you can see, where I'm writing fruit, sorry, here I have specified one more fruit, right? So it will, and after that fruit, I'm checking the length of fruit. So it will consider this fruit, right? It will check this fruit. If I guess I have specified fruit, right? Over here I have specified fruit as well. So if I check the length of fruit over here, so it will give 5 of these apples. Let me show you. I mean, let me add some more in this. Right now it is 9.
yeah I got it
Now understood how it is
yes
taking this fruit?
yeah
Any other doubt in this, guys? So you can ask. Otherwise, I'm moving ahead and things are going to be a bit, you can know, right? Now let's move ahead now. What we have next? Right. So I forgot to tell you one thing, right? So we are going to satisfy these 5 points. How? List is used to store multiple items in a single variable. As we are storing multiple items in a single variable, right? Satisfies first point. It is ordered. Order means the item will be returned in the order. In that order, we are giving the input. right? As you can see, input is in the same order. Sorry, output is in the same order. It is right. It is changeable. We'll see that thing. It allows duplicate values. I'll show you that as well. So I'm storing Apple also again. Right now, I'm storing duplicate values. So it allows duplicate values as well. Right? Done with this point as well. It is denoted by the square brackets. Yes, we are denoting it with the square brackets. So it justifies all the 4 rules. Right? And we have left with it is unchangeable. We'll see that as well. List length we have checked. Type we have also checked. Now we'll see how we can access the items of a list. Right? So to check that thing, first I'll write print. Right? Then after that, as I want to access the item of list. So what is the name of my list?
Fruit.
Right, it's fruit. So right now after that, another thing, another question, example I would say. So let's say you have stored items in a container, right? And in that container, it is separated by a let's say a partition, and in that you are storing different data, right? And it is sequenced. So now how I can, and I ordered you to give me an item. So which item you will pick? Any answers for this, guys, or you didn't get the question? Tell me, guys, whether you didn't get the question or you don't have answer for this.
Can you repeat?
Nearest one, sir.
Okay,
Nearest
nearest one
one.
you are saying. Okay, not nearest one, I would say.
Sir,
Okay,
please repeat question.
okay, I'll repeat. Okay, suppose I ask you, I have stored items in a container, right? And in that container, different data has been stored or items has been stored in that container, right? And I asked you to bring me a item. So which item you will pick from that container?
Sir, first
Apple.
one.
Cause it's the last one.
Okay,
Sir, first one.
okay, first one. You would now, I'll say, you would pick the item, right? That I would ask you to pick, right? Let's say I asked you to pick the item 1. So you will pick item 1, right? If I asked you to pick item 2, so you will pick item 2. Understood this point? Tell me, understood
Yes.
this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now same thing goes over here. So we are telling interpreter to pick the item from which container? From the fruit container. Now in the fruit container, what's the next thing I'll specify over here?
Item number.
Item number, right? Let's say if I specify 2 over here, so which item it will pick? Tell me.
Banana.
Banana.
Okay.
12.
So who said banana is wrong?
12. 12.
So who said 12? Now tell me why you have said 12.
Because it start with 0. 0 apple, 1 banana, and 12
Right.
means 2.
Right. So guys, how it is saying, how he is seeing this 12. So in Python, every item stored, right? That in that item, counting starts from 0. So this apple is on the first position, but its index is 0, right? The apple is on the second position, but its index number is 1. The 12 is stored on the third position, but its index number is 2, right? So we used to pass index number over here,
हेलो
right? Yes,
बट सर लेंथ के हिसाब से तो 5 होता है राइट
right. Length, according to the length, there are 5 items, but in Python, the counting starts from the 0, right? The index numbers starts from the 0. So apple is on the first position, but its index number is 0, right? There are 5 items, right? But how many indexes we have over here? 0, 1,
4.
2, 3, 4, 5, right? But items we have 6. We have 6 items. 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Understood?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Any other doubt you have? You can ask. There is no doubt. I'm thinking there is no doubt. I'm supposing there is no doubt left, right? As you are not saying. Okay. Now tell me, if I want to print for this time, I want answers in the chat box. What it will return in the chat box, please. Guys, it's a this 23.54 it is. Not only 54 it is. So, right. So it is 8J. Understood why it is 8J? Because 0, 1, 2, 3, and fourth index over here. Right? Clear with this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right, if you are clear with this.
So first variable will be count in zero.
What? I didn't get you.
जो भी पहला letter लिखा होगा like apple. So we count apple as a zero, right?
Right. Not letter. You will say items. Right? The
Okay,
letter would
items.
be a single letter, right? As we are storing in a list, so it would be a item. So item number 1 will be considered as it's on the first position, but so it is index number is 0. Right? Understood this?
Got it, got it.
Okay. Now, okay. Now another scenario. Imagine, please. Imagine another scenario now. Similarly, there is a container, and there are lots of, like I would say, there's items stored in that container, right? This time, I asked you to pick the items from a range. How would you pick it? How would you pick those items? Right? I would ask you to,
Sorry, sir, repeat, please.
I'm saying, similarly, imagine a scenario, right? There's a container. In that container, there's items stored, right? Different items are stored over there, right? From that, I asked you to pick items within a range. So how would you pick the items? So imagine this print statement. I'm ordering you something, right? I'm ordering you to pick items from container. What is my container name?
Fruit.
Fruit. Fruit, right? Fruit. Then I asked you to pick items within a range. Let's say I asked you to pick items from item 2 to item 4, right? So how will I write over here from item 2 to item 4, right? This I'm specifying a range to pick items within within this range. So it will pick item within this range, right? Now tell me, from where till where it will print?
Sir, it will be 12, 23.54 and 8J.
Okay, okay. Anyone else?
12 to 23, sir.
Your voice was not clear.
12 and 23.
12 and
It's
8J.
23, 12 and it's 23.54. Now, so you are saying till 12 to 8J, but it's only 12 and 23.54. Why? Why, Anamika? Why you said this?
Because 0 is a 1, apple. First
Okay.
banana, second 12, and 23 is 0.4.
Okay, how you are saying this? So it is on 0th index, 1 index. Okay, let me write it over here. 0, 1, 2,
Two.
3, 4. Right? It's on the index 4. But why you said like it will only print till over here? Understood this one? So why you said this like it will print till over here? Any like if you have the knowledge of this or you have just guessed? Tell me. If you have just guessed this or you just made a logic over here.
Um, just because सर मैंने अभी टाइप किया है एंड तो यहाँ पे 12 and 23 आया. So
12, it's 23.54, right?
मैंने 12 लिखा है सर.
So as Okay, it's okay. So as you can
23
see,
लिखा है बस.
okay, it's okay. So as you can see, it is printing 12 and 23.44. So you are saying this because you implemented the code, but you don't know the logic, right?
Yes, sir.
Right, Anamika? Okay, now I'll explain it. Don't worry if you don't know this. That's a good thing if you are practicing it along with me, right? So why it is printing this? So in Python, the first number that we are writing, that means the left-hand side number will always be included, right? And this number is always be excluded. If you are writing 4, so it will print till 3, right? If I want to be printed till this 8j, so what I will write over here? I'll write 5. So it will print till 8j, right? Understood the logic behind this thing? Tell me now.
can you repeat, sir?
Okay, I'll repeat it. So in Python, the left-hand side number, right? This number, as you can see, this is always going to be included, and this number is always going to be excluded. That means it is not going to be counted, right? So if I'm writing 5, before I was writing 4, right? So it will print only 2 and 3. If I'm writing 5 over here, so it will print the item only over third, so second index item, third index item, and the fourth index item, right? Understood how this logic works over here? Any doubt in this? So you can unmute and ask.
सर आप कहना चाह रहे हैं कि 2/5 जो है 5 का वैल्यू कभी भी टोटली वैल्यू नहीं दिखाता है, एक कम ही दिखाता है, राइट?
Right. As you can consider this as n minus 1, right? N minus 1.
बट
So
सर ये सेकंड
you can
2 वाला 5 वाला मैं समझ गया, बट सर ये 2 जो है वो थोड़ा उसमें डाउट है।
can you please say it again, Rahul?
सर आपने जो 2/5 का बताया ना, 5 का क्लियर है बट वो 2 का थोड़ा डाउट है, मतलब 2 हम
2
टाइप करेंगे तो इतना एक्स्ट्रा नंबर क्यों शो हो रहा है बस?
extra number means
1223.54।
मीन सर फोर्थ वाला
so
इंटीजर क्यों उसमें शो हो रहा है, ये कहना चाह रहा.
fourth wala
राइट।
integer you are saying, so it will be showing, right? Because we are printing 5, so it will count only 4, right? As you can see, consider it with like this, n minus 1, right? So you will put a value index 5 over here. So 5 minus 1 will be 4. So it will returns item till the index 4, right? It is returning till the item 4. And I have specified the starting range. This is starting range is 2. That means it will start from 2 and it will go till 5, right? It will go till 5, but it will print only 4, right? As this number is always going to be excluded. Now understood this thing?
सर अगर हम 2 की जगह पे -1 लिखे और अपॉन 2 लिखे तो सर क्या होगा?
Okay. So that thing will also see, that is known as negative indexing. First we are seeing positive things, right? We'll see negative as well. You can't do it. So how negative indexing works? Let me show you. I'll give you a brief about it, right? So this is positive 1. Sorry, it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? This is my positive indexing. And how negative indexing works? So this apple is on -1 index, right? This 8j is on -2. This is on -3. This is on -4. This banana is on -5. And this apple is on -6. Understood? This is how indexing works, positively and negatively. Understood this? First, let's clear with the positive indexing, then we'll go on the negative indexing. Tell me, guys, clear with the this one. I'm not talking about negative
यस सर।
indexing for now. Clear with
यस सर।
this, how it is printing till 8j? Tell me that thing. Unmute yourself and tell me if you have got this. Or if you have doubt, so you can ask.
सर मैंने 2 की जगह पे अभी 1 भी ट्राई किया तो बनाना साथ में
Right.
ऐड हो रहा है, राइट?
Right. So it will add, because yes, this is this is not a you can say this is not a default value, right? You can change it. So you can give a starting range, whether you want to start it with the 0, whether you want to start it from the 1, right? If I change it, so you will see it will print banana, right? Because it's the starting range. Understood now? Is there any doubt in this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Clear with this, Rahul?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm supposing everyone is clear with this, right? Now I'm moving ahead. Guys, if you still have doubts, so you can ask. Right? As we have seen positive indexing. Now we'll see negative indexing. Print, right? Let's say fruit. I'm writing -1. So what will be the output of if I'm writing -1? What it will print? Or leave it -1. I'm writing -3. So what it will return if I'm writing -3?
Error.
Who said this error? Tell me.
3.5.
Saurabh. What? Tell me.
Because सर हमने नेगेटिव नंबर लिया ही टाइप ही नहीं किया है, दैट्स व्हाई.
No, you are not. Can you see if we are printing somewhere positive number? Can you see? We are not printing positive number as well. So there is no need to print such numbers. So you can directly specify what you want from the interpreter, right? As I'm specifying -3. So what will be the output? So who said the answer?
3.54.
Nilanjan, right? No, not null. It would be as you can, as I've shown you guys. I've shown you with this. It's -1 index. It's -2 index. It's -3 index.
23.54.
Right. It's fourth in -4. It's -5 and it's -6. So if I execute -3, so it will return 23.54. Understood how it is returning this?
सर
What,
हेलो
Nilanjan?
सर.
Yes.
हाँ तो सर नेगेटिव में इंक्लूड और एक्सक्लूड का कोई काम नहीं होगा ना फिर.
Oh, we'll use that as well. We're starting it, right? As we have seen only how we can access the single item first in the positive as well, right? So if you are clear with this, then I'm moving ahead. Or if you have doubt, you can ask.
सर वी कैन राइट -2 -3 सेमीकोलन -2 ऐसा लिख सकते हैं क्या -2 से लेकर
Right,
-1 तक.
I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you. I'm here to tell you, right? So if you are clear with this, first tell me that thing. All you are clear with this thing?
यस सर क्लियर है.
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay. So let's move ahead now. Right? So I asked you to bring something. To bring from fruit, right? From the fruit container, bring something. This time I asked you to bring something from the end, right? So how I will write that? So I'll write -3 and then -1. So now tell me, till where till it will print the values till where?
23 and 8J.
Okay. Anyone else?
सर एप्पल से 23.54.
सर
I
बनाना
didn't.
से -3 3 to कितना?
It's -3 till -1. I've specified the range till -3 to -1.
23.24
Okay, Rahul,
and Apple.
just a second. Zubair, tell me.
Yes, 20. Okay, sir, it will 23.54 to Apple.
Okay. So now, I guess everyone give the wrong answer, or I guess one person give the right answer. So it will print till 8J, right? It will print from 23.54 and it will print 8J because the right hand number is always going to be excluded, right? As it is printing till 8J, right? Understood this one? Tell me, guys. If you have doubt, you can ask.
Not understand this one, sir.
So what you didn't get in this? Tell me, Zubair.
From like 23.54 to 8J.
Okay.
Not
So
get
have you
that
got
one.
this one? Have you got this one?
Yes, I have I got this one 1 to
Okay.
5 range. It will pick
Okay.
till fifth. It will not pick the fifth value, but it will pick the
Right.
fourth value. Yes.
Right. How I said, because I asked you to put the value in this n minus 1, and
Hmm.
n value is 5. 5 minus 1 would be 4. Right? This is how I explained you. Right, Zubair?
Yes, yes.
Now, put the right hand side value again in this equation. -1, -1 would be, tell me,
2
-2 it would be,
negative.
-2,
Right.
-2.
-2. Right.
right? So let's scroll up now. Here, where is -2? What's the value of -2? Tell me now.
0, 1, 2.
23,
12.
12.
Yes,
I'm
12.
asking the Zubair, go ahead, please tell me the value of
12.
-2.
12. 12. 12.
Why you are saying the value of -2 is 12?
Because sir, it will
See,
yes.
see from the negative index.
Okay,
Where is
okay,
the
okay,
value
okay,
-2
okay,
I have
okay.
written?
समझ गया.
That's good, Zubair. Prashant, if you have got this. Now tell me, Zubair, where is where is -2 written?
नहीं समझा सर.
Okay. So, just a second. Positive index, just a second. Positive index goes like this, right? From left to right, right? In negative index, we goes from from right to left. As you can see,
Okay,
here I've written
okay.
the negative index is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. So what's the value of -2 index,
It will be 8J.
right? It is 8J,
Yes.
right? Now you can see it is printing till 8J. Understood now? Yes or no, please? If
Yes,
you didn't get
yes.
this still, we'll find some
Yes, sir.
another way to do this.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
hope everyone
yes.
got this. Okay.
Yes.
हेलो.
Now,
हेलो
yes,
सर,
yes,
एक
Rahul.
डाउट है. हम
Yes.
पॉजिटिव के लिए जा रहे थे, राइट? तो हम जीरो भी उसमें ऐड कर रहे थे, बट नेगेटिव के लिए जाएंगे तो हम
Okay.
जीरो ऐड नहीं करेंगे.
नहीं करेंगे. Why? If you want to print till the negative last element, how you will do that? So you will remove this one, right? So what it is doing? So in this case, says basically you are only giving the starting range. You are not giving me ending range. So it will print from the starting till the items we have, right? I asked you to bring some items from the container, and I have only given you the starting range, and I didn't provide you the end range. So you will pick all the items and give it to me. Understood?
यस.
Yes, sir.
Is there any doubt in this? Same thing if you do in the positive one, same thing will work in this as well, right? If you don't write the columns, right, it will print only the first index item. But if you specify the columns, so that means you are providing negative range, sorry, the end range, but you are not giving it, right? Understood these points? Is there any doubt in this, guys?
Sir, it can't show the -1 to -3.
Prashant, your voice was not clear. Can you please come up again?
Sir, if we try to -1 to -3, it should.
It will be throwing an error, right? Prashant, your voice was not clear to me. Can you please be a bit louder?
सर अगर हमने प्रिंट -1 से लेकर -3 तक किया तो क्या वो शो करेगा?
Prashant, I'm not getting your voice.
सॉरी सर.
So he was saying
Your
like from -1 to -3, it was showing or not? Like the value from
it will
-1
throw
to
an error.
-3.
It will throw an error because we are giving the opposite range. It will throw an empty list, right? Why? Because as you can see over here on the left side, we used to provide a small number, or on the right side, we used to provide the higher number, right?
Okay, sir.
Same thing over here in the negative indexing. -3 is the small one, and -1 is a higher one. Now clear, Prashant?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt in this you have? In doubt, if anyone is having, they
Is
can
it
ask.
a rule
Yes.
of Python, sir? Like it will go
Right.
up. Hmm.
It's a rule. Yes. Go with your question first.
Yes, yes. I am asking like it is a rule like from lower side to higher side.
Right. It is a rule.
Valuation. Okay.
Right. It is a rule. So as everything over here works according to a rule. So tell me now. This far we have come in list. Right. Is there any doubt till over here?
No.
Is there any doubt till over here? Tell me. Now, guys, as you have no doubt, right? Now I've disabled you to unmute yourself. Now, giving you 10 minutes, I'm giving you 10 minutes, and you need to practice all the things that we have discussed, right? This is how you can create a list. I'm showing only this code. Now you need to perform all the operations till we have discussed till yet now, right? After 10 minutes, I'll I'll help you out if you didn't get if you are not be able to do write a code, right? Please tell me in the chat box you got the thing that I said. Yes, Rahul. No, I'm not going to share this notebook now. I'll be sharing this notebook at the end of the session. Any other doubt? Tell me you if you got the thing. If you understood the task, say yes. Everyone, please respond. All clear. Good. Now take 10 minutes. Again on 9:05, we'll continue. Right? Okay, go ahead, please.